Hello, it's Steve Saunders. Just wanted to share with you today some learnings that we've taken from Frank Dick's session this morning. We had a fantastic webinar by Professor Frank Dick OBE. For those of you that perhaps don't know who he is, he's actually was the coach of UK athletics at the time of the likes of Daley Thompson and Seb Coe. So a real golden age of real winning athletes there. So he's currently the coach of Eddie Jones, who's the head coach of English rugby for Rugby Union. So those of you of no rugby fans, Eddie Jones is the current England coach, and Frank Dick's his coach. So he comes from a very wise place. A fantastic guy, really humble, and brilliant stories. This morning he shared with us sort of 5 areas really. I'd like to sort of break those down into 5 little sessions if I may. Starting with resilience. So resilience is an attitude. That was the first part that he spoke about. Coaches tell stories. Performing under pressure. Knowing yourself and knowing your people. And raising your game consistently. So they were the 5 chunks that 5 topics and areas that he spoke about this morning with us all. So I'd like to start with the first one, which was resilience is an attitude. And this is expanded out really, so of being resilient. So what does that mean really? Being bouncing up higher than when you perhaps were knocked down. It also means being persistent and being patient. Again, being patient. And Frank has got some fantastic stories. I share numerous stories. I've been racking my brains to pick one really for each of these little topics. But the one, I'm a football fan at heart, and he did mention an Alex Ferguson story. So again, another fantastic motivator of men and people and organisations. Explained that pre-season training, Alex Ferguson called Gary Pallister over and to him on the pre-season training, and this is the training the year before Manchester United had just won the league, so they were looking to win back-to-back league championships. So the story's set there. So Alex Ferguson calls over his captain Gary Pallister and says, look, you'll have to keep an eye on some of the lads. I think they're a little bit complacent, so please what's happening. So interestingly, that happened, and Gary Pallister, off he went. And over the course of the season, Gary Pallister comes back each time to say, come on, same message from Sir Alex. You'll have to keep an eye on some of the lads that they're a little bit complacent. Anyway, to cut a long story short, at the end of the season, Manchester United win the league. Gary Pallister comes back to Alex Ferguson and says, well, who was it, boss? You'll have to tell me who were the players that you wanted me to look out for. And he said, well, actually, Gary, there was no one. But it served to keep you all on your toes. So I thought that was a brilliant story of how you can keep people aware of or away from complacency. So I know when people are doing really well, it's always a fear is that complacency sets in. So it's a great story there to tell you and share. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to catching up with you for part 2 of these 5 parts from the learnings from Frank Dick OBE. Thanks for now. Bye.